Hey, superstar da, Ponting one tar chudda, strict tana coach da, control fully in his hands da.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hit Cricket, your source for cricket analysis, commentary, and fun. Uh, I'm your host, Sean, joined by Rahul, our local cricket fanatic. So today we're going to be going over Punjab Kings auction. Project Ponting, they had a massive budget of 110 crores. They could splash the cash. I honestly think they did a pretty good job. Rahul, what do you think?
Yeah, so obviously after the feedback I got from the singing last time, people relating me to like Sai Abhyankar, I'd like to start off with a song again. So yeah, and this one is for all the Punjab fans. Project Ponting has got going this year. Dun, 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 dun. Reuniting with new Captain Iyer. Dun, 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 dun. Prab Simran Priyansh, youngster openers. Shashank and Jansen, goated finishers. Maxwell and Stoinis, an English Australian powerhouse. Audita Punjab, a powerful Punjab, with Chahal as the brar, a powerful Punjab. That's the kind of team they've picked. I mean, it looks an absolute powerhouse team in the batting and bowling. And the openers are kind of iffy. Prabhsimran and Priyansh Arya, they're backing on two youngsters. But I think Priyansh Arya, I mentioned in the batters preview for gems that can be found in the auction. Go check that out on our channel. But I mentioned Priyansh Arya is a young stud who's definitely developing. And Prabhsimran Singh, we saw him play last year as well and how he broke out in a big way. So I think they are capable to open the batting.
Can
And
we
then
quickly talk about the openers a little bit more? Because you could make a case that they could open with the Stoinis as well, right? I saw some people putting that if they don't back Priyancharya. But I think, to be honest, it's worth the gamble because, as you know, in the Delhi Premier League, he was the leading scorer. He strikes at 160 in T20 games, and he performed well in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, right? So, yeah, what do you think a different combination there, maybe?
yeah, I mean, you could put like a Stoinis there, or maybe even a Josh Inglis to open the batting. But I just see to give an opportunity to the youngster. You went after him for 4 crores, so it makes sense to give him that opportunity to start. And while I guess Stoinis could open, and if you want, you can put like someone like a Nehal Vadera in his place in the middle order. That can
Hmm.
also work perfectly if you want that experience. But I just have Priyansh in my playing 11, which I'll come to in a bit. But then. Yeah, it's just they have a powerhouse batting lineup. I mean, you got the likes of Stoinis, Josh Inglis, Glenn Maxwell. You have Aaron Hardy also. You have Shreyas Iyer who's probably going to be the captain, who can play that anchor role if needed. Marco Jansen can hit a long ball, and I think Glenn Maxwell will have a good season this year with Ricky Ponting on his side because I think Ricky Ponting and him they go along really well. Obviously, Australian camaraderie. So I think in that way, this team will really gel along well with all the Australians they have. And I think Maxwell is set for a good season, especially considering the batters he has around him. He has a lot of good, solid players around him, so he doesn't have the pressure to carry an innings like he had with RCB. And then that bowling lineup, they've definitely refined it. To have spinners like Yuzvendra Chahal and Harpreet Brar is absolute gold dust, especially on a pitch like Mullanpur where it will favor spin a bit. I think Chahal was an outstanding pick, and then Harpreet Brar is an absolute steal that they were able to get back. And they got back Arshdeep Singh as well. Very good buy as well. And I think their bowling lineup itself is looking pretty good to say the least. So I think they have a really good balanced squad. Um, if you ask me about playoffs, though, I'm still a bit iffy because there's a lot of other good teams, but it's
Hmm.
definitely a better side than the CSK that we discussed last time around. And I think they definitely have a good chance to go to playoffs, but I won't automatically put them as a favorites to enter playoffs. Just because it's like a complete revamp, so they might need to get used to the team and the atmosphere. But the team itself on paper looks stunning.
I completely agree with you. Speaking on the bowling, that power play, they got two bowlers who can swing it like anything, Jansen and Arshdeep Singh. Uh,
Absolutely.
Arshdeep can also bowl at the death. So honestly, the those two pacers up front, it's going to be hell in the power play for some of these other teams. But
Yeah,
yeah, go on.
my only issues with the death bowling actually because who do they have? They have Arshdeep Singh who has been getting hit a bit in the death. He can
Mm,
definitely
true.
bowl the
Yeah.
good Yorkers in the death, but he's been getting hit. Then who are the other options? Yeah, Vaishak Vijay Kumar showed decent promise for RCB, but will he be a death bowler? We don't know. Yash Thakur, we've said enough about him in the LSG pre-auction as well. Is he a death bowler? No. You got Lockie Ferguson. We saw how he almost cost RCB last year. You got Kuldeep Sen. He has pace, but again, he'll get hit in the death. Xavier Bartlett, I don't know who he is, just some Australian guy they picked up. And then Praveen Dubey, I've not heard much about him either. So as far as the bowling is concerned, I think they'll get hit in the death because Marco Jansen isn't a death bowler either. But if they can strike up front, like you said, with those two classy swing bowlers, they've got excellent spin options as well, and a solid batting lineup. They can afford to get hit at the death and still come away with wins, I think.
Hmm. But yeah, like you said, they don't have a lot of death bowling options. If they can put Vaishak into the team, if they can find a spot for him, like you said, he's previously in a different episode, he's an underrated bowler. He should get
Yeah.
chances. So yeah, we'll see what they do. Speaking of which, we'll talk about the playing 11. Uh, I guess I can go first. I actually had Priyan Sharia opening in mine, followed by his opening with Prabh Simran, obviously. Then Shreyas Iyer, their captain, at three. Maxwell Stoinis, 4 and 5. Those guys, those big Aussies can uh, help them increase their scoring rate and just boost them in many ways. And then an underrated player, Nehal Wadera, he performs really well for Mumbai Indians whenever he got the chance. So I think he'll be really good for them. Josh Inglis can score at a rapid rate, a very underrated wicketkeeper. I'm glad he got a chance in the IPL this year. And then Shashank Singh batting all the way down there. They could potentially push him up. He's a very talented batsman at eight. And then Jansen, he can bat. He can like you said, he's a powerful finisher for them. And then followed by Harpreet Brar, he can bat too. So all the way down to 10, they got guys who can bat. And then Arshdeep Singh, even in the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, he got a 23 off 11. So hey, once in a
I don't
while,
want to be
funny.
depending on Arshdeep's batting, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, hey, I mean, one time he showed something. We'll bank on it maybe one time in the season. But and then Chahal as the impact player. But yeah, that's my team. I really think that it's balanced, as you said. And but like you said, there are a lot of good IPL teams this year after the mega auction. So it might be tough for them to qualify.
Yeah, I think I only made one change to your team. So, like the openers, I have the same Prabh Simran and Priyancharya. I have Shreyas Iyer at three. I actually have Marcus Stoinis at four and Josh Inglis at five. And then I have Maxwell playing more of a finisher role at six, along with Shashank
Mm,
Singh at seven. And then I have Marco Jansen at 8, and then Harpreet Brar 9, Arshdeep Singh 10, Yuzi Chahal 11, and I have Vaishak Vijay Kumar as my impact player. So I think the one change I made was I don't have Nehal Vadera on my team, but I have that extra bowling option, Vaishak Vijay Kumar, at as the 12th bowler because yeah, I just wanted to have more bowling options because I think the batters in this team are good enough to punt on. They won't. I don't see all of them collectively failing. I mean, the openers could get out early, but Shreyas Iyer is someone who will stay in there. If you don't have Shreyas Iyer, you have Marcus Stoinis. If not him, Josh Inglis. If not him, Glenn Maxwell. If not any of them, Shashank Singh. And then you have Marco Jansen, Harpreet Brar to tonk it at the end as well. So I just thought that batting is good enough for me, so I'll go with that extra bowling option. But I completely see your point of Nehal Wadera as well. Just slotting him in and thinking that like Maxwell and Stoinis could give you four overs, which is definitely possible on those wickets. So yeah, I just have that one change, that extra bowling option that I've gone with. But yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes complete sense because you mentioned the death bowling problem they may have. Because otherwise, the batting is very strong. You might not need that many options for batting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's
I
briefly.
mean, depending on the situation, you can either bring in a bowler or a batter. If you're chasing, you might need someone like a Nehal Wadera. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Maxwell also. I think even if he struggles to perform at the beginning, Ponting will back him and get him in the right mind because you said that connection, right? So, I
Yeah, and
think
he
this is a
won't just
perfect
leave
fit.
mid-season saying citing reasons like he did for RCB.
Yeah,
So
there's a little thing there for you with him, but you know. I think this is a perfect fit. I think he was their best buy in the auction, even though they made quite a few good buys. I liked the purchase of Jansen as well. He's an underrated player in the IPL. So, yeah, Maxwell for 4.2 crores, that was my favorite buy. Do you have any, Rahul?
Yeah, I like the Maxwell pick. 4 crores is a steal. I don't know why RCB didn't just put the RTM on him to try and raise the price.
Mm.
I love the Yuzvendra Chahal buy. I think that was one of the best buys of the auction. I know he went 18 crores, but fully deserved. That kind of leg spinner is so rare to find. And I don't care if he went 18 crores. It's a really good buy.
Yeah, you got to
Yuzvendra
feel
Chahal.
happy for him too,
Yeah,
getting all that.
absolutely.
He's a talented player, deserves the that
Yeah,
type
he's
of
he's been Yeah, for sure. He's been going only like 6 crores in the past two auctions, so to see him get this much, thoroughly deserved. And then Arshdeep Singh, RTM for 18 crores, very good decision. If they retained him first, he would have got 18 crores as well, so completely justified there too. Josh Inglis is a steal. We saw how he
Mhm.
hit in the MLC, and he's such a up and coming player as well. I think Australia's T20 captain now, so he has that leadership mentality behind him too. Or he captained in some series. I don't know if he's a permanent captain, but he does have a lot of good skills, and he can keep wickets for you as well. So, and then Marcus Stoinis, we saw him play as well. I thought all their buys were really good. But yeah, mainly like you said, Glenn Maxwell, in this environment, he'll definitely fire, I think. He's a quality player, no doubt taking that away from him. Uh, and he will give the heart out for the team. So definitely a good buy there. And yeah, I thought Chahal was one of the best. So Chahal and Maxwell, I'd say, yeah.
Mhm. All right, let's talk about the playoff chances. You briefly mentioned it already. Uh, for me, I think Punjab does have the talent to qualify, but there's just so many good teams, you know. I already said CSK won't qualify, but I just think they could be on the brink of the playoffs potentially, just like around 5 or 6. It'll be tough because it a lot of these or some of these guys need to click. If Maxwell can click, if Priyancharia could potentially break out, I could definitely see them qualifying. But for now, I think that I have them around 6. But the overall squad grade, I'd give it uh, I'd say B plus just because the fast bowling is a little iffy aside from the two up front and Arshdeep and Jansen. What do you think, Rahul?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think they have a really good team. Definitely uh, a playoff contender. I think it depends. Like if all these guys get into form, then I think they can get wins up front. I think they'll cruise into playoffs. But right now, I have them as a close number five, and while number six is their favorite position on the table, but this team is definitely better than the ones that put up in the past. They didn't just buy random players for like big amounts of money. Now I know Shreyas Iyer they bought for 26 crores, and I personally think that's an overrated buy. I don't think he's worth that much. Uh, it's still a captaincy material with Ponting back. They have a good camaraderie, so I think he's a good player, so it's justified, I guess. Um, and they got a captain as well, so in that way, I think it's fine. But yeah, I see them coming as a close fifth, just purely because of the fact that there's like you said, a lot of other good teams who have this kind of firepower with the bat, but that extra fast bowling arsenal and the bowling arsenal that can cover all 20 overs. These guys, I feel they're really good with the new ball in the middle overs, but they'll get hit in the death. And that's where I think they take a bit of a hit that would cost them that playoff berth. So I see them finishing around a 50-50 record, like 7-7, and just narrowly missing out on the playoffs.
Hmm. Yeah, but fear not, Punjab Kings fans, if you're out there. This team looks good,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we see some potential there. I think they could make a run if they make it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
I won't be surprised if they make it by any stretch of the imagination. Like they have a really good chance, but it's just there's 10 teams and four make it, so it's kind of tough. And yeah,
exactly.
but definitely a better chance than I gave CSK.
Well, you heard it here first,
I
guys.
know you're waiting for that one, so I just said it.
Man, the CSK fans are gonna come and watch a Punjab Kings video on Flocks. So anyway,
But
oh
before we end, just
yeah,
wanna,
tell them.
since I roasted the CSK fans so much, I just want to make it up to them a bit. Uh, it's superstar Rajnikant's birthday today. Taleva, happy birthday. What
Happy
a
birthday.
great man. What a great man. What a great actor. he's just such a legend in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and it's his birthday. So I just wanted to dedicate one more additional song to him for his birthday. This time centered around another legend, Ricky Ponting. So here it is. Hey, superstar da, Ponting one-tar chudda, strict Tana coach da, control fully in his hands da. Hey, superstar da, changing up the team da. Australian power da, the aggression and the boldness da. Ooh, 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 hey, superstar da. Happy birthday, Talibal.
Happy birthday, Rajani. And with that amazing tribute, we'll call an end to the episode. We'll see you guys next time.